Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys coming by the channel and making some time out of your day to watch the video. Always very grateful for that today. Okay guys, what we're gonna do today, got a really good video. I'm gonna show you what I consider the 5 best colors of chatterbaits as far as the skirt colors and the trailer colors you match them up with. And we're gonna go over each one of these 5 and I'm gonna explain to you the situations and the conditions they work the best. Because one of the things that I have found out about chatterbaits and bladed jigs in general is one of the biggest keys to success on it, besides how you retrieve it, is the color. You have got to have the right color based upon your water clarity conditions and your sky conditions. So we're gonna give you guys a good little seminar on that in today's video. Also guys, real quick before we get started, we only got a week and a half left in the Solar Bat sale on my RB2 and RB3 series sunglasses by Solar Bat. If you get a pair by the end of April, you can get these at 30% off. So I'll put the Solar Bat link in the description of this video. And it makes a big difference. I was down at Table Rock yesterday and it's just like night and day how far you can see in the water. Watching those fish cruising in shallow water, it's really cool. Get you a pair of the High-Con yellow lens. That's my favorite lens color there too. So much appreciated. Okay guys, we're gonna go through this and I'm gonna explain to you every single aspect of the color and when it works best. And also guys, I'll have all the links in the description of the video through my Tackle Warehouse links if you guys would like to pick some up with the trailers and all the different skirt tie materials we're gonna talk about. So I'll link everything you need in the description of the video here through that link there. Okay, I'm just gonna randomly go through them and show you and explain to you just a generality of the conditions I like to use them in. So the first one, guys, we'll talk about, this is just the jackhammer here. This is a pearlescent, sort of a clear pearlescent skirt. This is one I tied myself here. Guys, another thing I'll tell you before I really get in this video, we talked about this a little bit before. If you really want to do something to help your fishing, learn to tie your own skirts. Again, I'll put all the skirt tying links in the description too. You can create so many different variables out there as far as skirt colors that people never use and the fish don't see. So I tie all my own skirts for the most part. But anyway, guys, this translucent clear like this with this Zoom shimmer shad on there. And by the way, guys, this is the trailer I went to for every one of my bladed jigs. This is the new Zoom shimmer shad. Again, I'll link that in the description. This is the best chatterbait trailer you can use. But this particular color with the white back and the silver side, this is my clear water chatterbait color here. I use this if I've got water visibility on the borderline of being too clear for a chatterbait. So if I've got water visibility of over 3 feet and I've got some brighter skylight conditions, this is the color that I use right here for sure. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, which is pretty close to that, if I go, instead of the translucent white, if I go to like a bright white with like a more, let me show you this other shimmer shad, more like just a solid white shimmer shad like that, that would be a really good muddy watercolor because it puts out a lot of glow in the water. But this translucent look like that is my clear watercolor. Okay, the next one, guys, is pretty close to that, but this is designed for if you've got, maybe a little bit lower light conditions and a little bit more off-colored water. It would be one that has the translucent color in there with a little bit of chartreuse, and again with the same shimmer shad trailer, the silver with the white on there. But that little bit of chartreuse that is in it right there makes a big difference if you've got clouds. So let's say, for example, if I had sun out and the water visibility was 3.5 feet, I'd be using just a straight translucent, clear one. But if I have the same situation where the water visibility is about 3 feet and I've got an overcast day or it's windy, I'll put a little bit of chartreuse in there and that adds up too. And also, if you've got a little bit less water visibility, say if it's a bright sunny day and you've got 2 foot of visibility, sometimes I'll go, with this pattern right here. Another thing with the shad patterns, guys, you will find out that shad patterns, for the most part, work a little bit better after the fish are done spawning. So I normally use some type of the shad patterns like this anytime after May. They work pretty good with that. Now the next one is one of my favorite. In fact, this is probably my favorite color if I had anyone to do. It would be, the orange skirt like here. This is one that I tied myself. This is the Zoom shimmer shad, the orange looking shimmer shad here, and a solid orange skirt that I tied myself with a black blade. This is my pre-spawn color. So if the if the water temperature is anywhere between like 45 to maybe 60 degrees, and I've got water visibility of anywhere between say 2 to 4 foot, this is the color that I use. And another thing about this one, guys, when you use an orange or a green pumpkin, a lot of people think that like orange is a good muddy watercolor, which it can be, but I catch a lot of fish on orange or brown, something like that, in clean water. It works really good in clean water, and a lot of people don't throw it. But the main consideration for using the orange like this, or orange, brown, and black combination, is more about the water temperature out there. So I really like that water temperature below 60 degrees. And it can be below 60 degrees even if it's in the pre-spawn or in the fall time of the year. So this is one that I'll use like anywhere between February to early April, and then again like in late October and November. Really good color. I probably caught more big ones on this type of color than about any other chatterbait color. Okay, the next one, guys, this is sort of an off the wall one you don't see very much. This is the Earth Shaker model here. This is a bright colored chatterbait for dirty water. It's got a chartreuse yellow blade on it. It's got a blue chartreuse skirt. It's got the Zoom shimmer shad on there. That's got the chartreuse and white on it. This is going to be for muddy water. So this is going to be a color that I use only if the water visibility is like under 1.5 feet. So if I've got water visibility between like 8 inches and 1.5 feet, especially if I have some type of overcast, I want to use something super bright like this. This puts out a really visible glow in the water, and it makes a big difference in that off-colored water. Another thing about those shimmer shads, guys, look at the colors they make here. They got a lot of good colors in it. Like I said, definitely pick you up a pack there at that Tackle Warehouse link. Okay, and finally, and this is one that doesn't get used very much, but again, it's one of my favorites, is a black and blue one. Now, what I've done with this one, guys, is I just took Zoom doesn't make the shimmer shad in black, so I took a white one and I just dyed it with Spike It dye here. I'll put that link in the description too, and made a solid black one here that they don't ever see. Black and blue skirt, and there's several different situations where a black chatterbait works really good. First situation that works good is anytime you've got tannic acid or around grass. So all you guys that fish, like Florida water, Texas water, TVA lakes that have milfoil or hydrilla, someplace like Potomac River, shallow grass, black chatterbait is great around the grass, because a lot of times around grass you have this tannic acid look. It can be clean looking, but it's got the sort of the dark black look. If you guys fish Florida, you know what I'm talking about. That's a really good producer in that. And the other time that I like black is just traditional man-made impoundments, is if I have stained water and low light conditions. So if I've got water visibility of less than 2 foot and I've got cloudy days, guys, you can't beat a black one. I know a bunch of guys that are really good chatterbait fishermen that black is their favorite color. They use it most all the time. Black is also a good color if you're throwing it around objects that have shade on it. So say, for example, if you throw it next to a dock corner that's got some shade coming off of it, or on the edge of a laydown tree or stump that has a real shady area, black is a really good color with that. So anyway, guys, that's here's my 5 favorites. Like I said, these are the ones, like I said, some of them you can buy stock, some of them you got to make yourself. This will cover about any condition that you have. And like I said, everything I'm talking about, I'll put in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description here. And just experiment. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, how I came up with these colors right here that I talked about was just experimentation on my own part. You guys might come up with a color option that I've never even considered before. So just don't be afraid to be creative with your colors out there. And that's one good thing about tying your own skirts and using dyes on your trailers, is you can create a color look that people and the fish don't ever see much. So hope it helps out. We'll talk later.